the opportunity to be here. We're seeing a phenomenal rate of our operators being assaulted. We had a female operator that was shot in the arm back in September. And that started the ball rolling in my mind that it actually had to be taken seriously. So we put together a task force to find out where the areas were where people were being assaulted primarily, and we did that. And we presented that to SEPTA's board of directors, and they were quite surprised by the extent of our report. We were able to pinpoint exactly where people were being hurt. And you have a lot of members here. I'm sure there's certain bus lines or train lines where the rate is exponential. In Philadelphia, we had a rally to raise the interest as far as what's happening. Excuse me, I had the flu all week, so I'm out of it. You may want to move away. But, no, it's all good. No, but seriously, Philadelphia, we're in the same boat as everyone else is here. This is not just a New York or Philadelphia area, this is a national concern. And I applaud the MTA for being here with Local 100 because I feel as if SEPTA should be here. Now we're being beat because we're doing our jobs. To go back to the first question, Harry, why are there so many assaults? Well, we found out from our survey, fair disputes, when you do your job, they tell you, have the passenger pay the rate. If you tell the person pay the rate, they get upset with you. F you, I'm not going to pay it. And then they may come back and hit you. Then we have rule enforcement. Okay, sir, you can't smoke on the bus. F you. So what we're finding out is that when we do our jobs, we're being penalized. And when people are assaulted, their first question is, do I still have a job to go back to? Excuse me. What I attribute to, a lot of people say, like Maurice said, the uniforms. But for the most part, they don't see us. We're like the invisible man. When Ralph Ellison, look, they see you, but they don't see you. So if you get on the bus, you're just a person. So if they hit you, they feel as if there's no, what's going to happen to me if I hit this female or this bus operator? They don't value us. And in some regard, you have the authority that don't value us. We do our job day in, day out. You know, when I came down here in December, I think November, December, I spoke at your rally, I realized then that we are the blood that circulates through the veins of this city, Philadelphia. We are a value. Nothing would happen if a 234 member or a Local 100 member or ATU member didn't operate the bus. We are very, very vital. And I think it's time that people recognize our importance, not only to this economy, but to our membership. When I go to work every day, I want to go home to my wife the way I came.
That's right.
No, I'm a victim of operator assault. I had a gun put to my head. Give it up. Give what up? The person wanted my jacket. You know, when you have a gun to your head, you can be Muslim, you can be Christian. The person holding that gun, that's your Lord and Savior. Because if they decide to say, F you, pop, you know more. So I say to everyone here, you know, understand your roles. We value you. 234, 100, and the MTA, by them being here, again, I applaud everyone because not many authorities will come together with the union. It's always a contentious atmosphere or relationship. You guys have the platform now to make some dramatic changes for the betterment of the membership and the people that are here. As well as for the state of New York and all other cities. You guys, we're building a platform to take this national. So I'm happy to be here again for the opportunity. Thank you. Thank you. ourselves to them, to the passengers or the ones that want to hurt us. When our operators were assaulted, in Philadelphia as a crime stop, we put up $5,000 as a reward, as an incentive to find the person that shot the young lady. But what we're doing also, we're reaching out to the communities. Our task force report, now we're getting phone calls from different community groups to find out how they can assist us with spreading the word about TWU Local 234 members as far as standing with us. And our first action was a good sign of that. We rallied in front of SEPTA's, the building. I addressed the board of directors and the chairman. He acknowledged that, yeah, there's a problem, and we're willing to work with you to find out how we can help rectify the problem. Some people say the barriers are good, others say it's not. And I want to say that I'm not sure about the barriers. If you're a heavy person, you may not want to be in that box. Until they start redesigning buses that will allow a bus operator to exit out of the left side, you don't want to be a sitting duck in that seat. As far as the police, we've spoken to the commissioner of Philadelphia, the mayor, and a couple of senators in regards to our issues and our concerns. And we're taking the lead as far as legislatively to get a House bill passed that's going to protect all transit workers. I don't care if you're a bus operator, you're a cleaner, you're a cashier, we're all one. And people like to use that when it's convenient for them. I represent all of my members. You can be in a building department, it doesn't matter. I want all my members protected from a nut that's out there who wants to hurt them. So that's my thoughts on it. In Philadelphia, we have what we call a bus check. With the police department, when they get on the bus, they write down their badge number and the time and location where they stop the bus. And since we started our campaign, we've gotten over 1,500 bus checks. And when we met with the mayor of Philadelphia, he said when a new class of police officers arrive, opposed to them doing just foot patrols, they're going to start doing bus patrols as well. And that plays back into where we find out the areas where the majority of the crimes are taking place against our operators. So we've been very, very proactive in regards to that. But regardless, I want to say, we shouldn't come to work to get our asses whooped. I work for SEPTA for one reason, to take care of our families. When people devalue you, regardless of your race, creed, color, or sexual orientation, it says a lot about them. It says they have no idea who they are. So don't classify me as a person who you don't deem to be respectable, because I'm phenomenal. A person that does a great job. I come to work every day to do what I came to do. And when the authority blames me for being assaulted, it further angers me. The bottom line is the liability. The SEPTA or the EPA want to take responsibility for what happens to us. To a certain degree they do, other degree they don't. When it makes the paper, it's a joint issue then. When it's an individual issue, it's always blame the member. We're expendable. And that's how they view us. If you defend yourself, they ask you, why'd you defend yourself? Well, I got tired of getting hit beside my head by this person. But now, my job's at risk. How fair is that?
Not at all.
I don't think it's fair at all. So I'm supposed to close this out. I wrote a couple of things down as far as the causes of assaults. One is fair disputes. As Frank said, we're training to do our job. And we do. The first thing they tell you is, check and request the fares. Sir, madam, pay your fare. That may irritate that person, which may cause that person to want to hit you. And in some cases, they do. Another thing is the rule enforcement that the authorities have. A lot of the rules are antiquated and further than jeopardizes you. If a person's eating on the bus, you tell the person, can you please stop doing that? Then they get upset, and then they hit you. So when you go to the authority and tell them I was doing my job, they're saying, well, you really have to do that. It's either here or there, whether I do my job or I don't do my job. But I'm penalized regardless. People are talking about, increasing safety for the operators. Me, for one, I don't particularly care for cameras because the authorities said they're going to use it for surveillance. And what they're going to end up doing is discipline. As the gentleman said on the video, you're not doing anything, you won't get penalized, but I'm paraphrasing. The thing is, we know that the cameras are just there, not only for the safety, but to catch us.
That's right. And accidents.
What we've done in Philadelphia, we have coordinated efforts with the transit police, as well as the city of Philadelphia police, to make them aware that they have to work together in order to solve our problems of assaults. We need more undercover officers riding the bus and the trains. We need to make sure that uniformed police officers there as well to help protect us. When it comes to the district attorney's office, I met with him, and he said he'll make sure that the DAs, the newer DAs, will go to our locations and talk to the bus operators when an assault occurs. Because what happens is we're finding out in Philadelphia, when a person does go to court, the only person that's standing next to that operator is a union. The managers are not even there. And if I'm working for you, and I risk my life by doing my job, how do you not come here to court and stand with me? But that's what unionism is all about. Making sure we stick together and holding the people who want to make sure that we don't pull their card, let them know what's right and what's wrong. And that's what we're doing today in this conference. Now, one thing we've done also in Philadelphia, we have a great community outreach. We had touched earlier about humanizing us and our jobs. The best way to do that is to join with some of the community organizations in different boroughs. Let them know that you want them to help you get your message out there, which will in turn help the MTA as well as Local 100. Because remember, if they don't see us as being a part of their community, they don't see us. That's very, very important. So I ask everyone here to make sure you do just that. Go out and talk to community leaders, talk to your church leaders, find out who the cops are in your area and talk to them, let them know that you're there for them as well. When it comes down to community also, we've had a young lady, a female operator, a guy grabbed a private area and tried to kiss her, and then went off the bus. This is where the community comes in. A 60-year-old woman grabbed the guy by his locks while after he didn't commit the act. They beat that guy senseless. I applaud that kind of behavior. I applaud it. Because that woman was traumatized. Someone, I have a wife, and someone grabbed her there and tried to kiss her as if it was nothing. I want to kill that guy, me personally. But the passengers on the bus stood by the operator and helped her. And the union was there with her when she went to court about a month ago. On St. Patty's Day, we had an operator who was assaulted by 3 teens. Has a cracked skull. God never be the same. The person that came to his rescue was a female passenger that called 911. She saved that person's life. That's why it's important that we engage the community and let them know that, hey, we're one of you, we're your neighbors, we're your relatives. Let's not let that message get by us all. Now, we are truly one. I'm going to close, because I'm tired, I'm hungry, as everyone else is before. I was walking around, talking to a number of members here, and he asked me, what's the next steps? What do we do to make sure that we truly are getting protection and know what's going to happen later on? This one-day conference is just that, a one-day conference. What can we do to ensure that if we do have another conference, we can report some successes? Well, I'll jot down some ideas. Transit workers can go back to their districts and organize outreach to the community and also to the members that's not here. Let them know what transpired today. Because a lot of our members, we're a transit organization, which means that we're not going to have a lot of people here because they're doing their jobs. So go back to your locations and let them know, this is what happened today. Here's our next steps. I tell you, you tell someone else, and it goes down the line. 2, form a rider and community organization. I'm going to talk to John Sampson about that because I think that's most important. A rider organization. We have Philly Trans, which met with the top leadership of the local and also with SEPTA to find a way to make things a lot better, whether it's safety issues or cleanliness issues. We're also incorporating our location safety committees to make sure that this issue doesn't die. Use all your committees to get your message out there. Let them know, MTA, that you're truly serious about this issue. Don't let it fall by the wayside. It's the only issue right now because it's conference. Now, if there's not another assault for another 6 months, don't think everything's all good, because it's not. So don't let it fall by the wayside. And my third point is this. We must increase police presence. We have to make sure and hold them accountable. The rhetoric you heard today could be just rhetoric based on your actions. If you want to come here and hear somebody speak to you, say what you want to hear, say what you want them to say, fine. But when you get your butt beat, you're going to think back what that person said. We're going to make sure we have cops on the buses for you. They're not there. You know, hold yourself accountable also. It's not just the union's leadership or MTA. It's your responsibility also to get out there and make sure you go back home to your family safe. Thank you.